Hi there, it's Bill with Smart Trades, a little before 11 o'clock, and it's Tuesday, the 28th of September. And this hopefully is going to be a quick video. I'm going to just go over the basics, and our account's pretty much on track here, so we'll see how it goes. One thing to keep in mind that we're looking at probabilities here, not certainties in terms of our targets and the patterns that we expect into the next several days. So let's take a quick look and see what the Elliott wave and price patterns suggest. And here's our favored count on the 60-minute chart. And as I've said before, this is far from a certainty, but here's what I think is happening is I think we have a small 1-2 and then a third wave up, and that we're working on a fourth wave triangle or flat here right now. The implications of that are that the fifth wave up should be relatively short, should be similar in magnitude to wave 1 because the third wave was extended. And moreover, the possibility that this is a triangle would help to confirm that indeed the next leg up is a fifth wave. Now, equality between waves 1 and 5 is a probability, again, not a certainty. Looking quickly at yesterday's peak, you'll notice here once again the breadth diverged. We had a moderate new high both on the NASDAQ and the S&P cash just by a few ticks, and breadth ratios did not confirm, and indeed we had a pretty sharp sell-off. That said, it's basically holding in that previous range as we said it might, between about 11.15 and 11.25, preferably the upper end of that range. Since this is a triangle, at least that's my assumption for now. Again, this is an uncertain, to my way of thinking, pattern on the hourly chart, so don't be surprised if this evolves into something else and if my count changes. That said, on the daily chart, things are pretty clear, at least to my way of thinking. And that's that we have, from the July lows, we're working on an ABC up. Now, A equals C around that 1157 area, give or take a couple of points. Keep in mind that we're already within less than 1% of that target. So, again, A equals C is a probability. We don't necessarily expect it to hit there exactly. So, 1148, which we've already hit, 1155, 1159, 1160, whatever. If we're in that range, you should be looking for a possible peak. Now, if I'm wrong, the likely scenario is that the next most likely scenario, I should say, is a 1.62 ratio times A. That would take us up above the April high slightly, and that's not inconsistent with the idea that this entire pattern is a larger ABC and that we're working on a possible flat. So, there's something to be said for that area, which again would come in around the 1220 area. The actual 1.62 times A, or 1.618 times A, comes in a little higher than that, perhaps closer to 1230. Keep in mind that we had old targets around the 1222, 1223 area, so there's a pretty nice cluster up there, and just a very small new high would probably pull, excuse me, pull the bulls in and scare the bears out. So it is an area to watch if I emphasize we go through the 1157 area with some conviction and confirmation of breadth and volume. And finally, here's the spiders. One of the other reasons that I like that 1157 area basis, the S&P, is there's actually a gap there. It comes in closer to 116 on the spiders. That is again our A equals C. The 1.618 ratio again comes in slightly above the April peak. The other thing that makes me like that 116 area or 1157 area basis, the S&P cash, is if we do have a peak there, an equal leg down would take us right back to important swing territory around the 950 area basis the S&P cash. That's 95 or so basis the spiders. In that case, you'd have two equal legs down, again retracing just about 50% of the rally off of the 2009 lows. Now, once again, these are probabilities. There's nothing magical about the Fibonacci ratio or the A equals C pattern, and so on and so forth. So don't expect the numbers to be exactly precise. That said, it gives us a nice little target, and we shall see. The short-term pattern is also confirming nicely for a possible peak around 1157 basis the S&P. And once again, if it powers through there, uh, the next target becomes the April highs, or perhaps even a little higher. One last confirming issue here for a possible peak. Momentum has peaked basis the ADX. Volume is waning in the latter portions of this rally. That could be in the context of correcting the rally in a sideways triangle pattern, as I've noted. But that said, it's also consistent with the idea that we're getting close to a peak. Anyway, hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.